Here is what Hillary Clinton would do to our country. She'll appoint radical judges who will legislate from the bench, overriding Congress. Hillary Clinton's Wall Street agenda will crush working families. She wants to raise your taxes big league, folks, big league. She wants to abolish the Second Amendment.
Donald Trump would take us in the wrong direction on so many issues we care about. Economic justice, workers' rights, civil rights, human rights, the environment, all of that is on the line in this election.
Well, get ready. We're going to hear more of that, the general election in full bloom, if you will. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton today. Meantime, Donald Trump dealing with some people in his own party, including the Senate Majority Leader, who said this in an interview.
It's pretty obvious he doesn't know a lot about the issues. I think he'd have a much better chance of winning if he would quit making so many unfortunate public utterances and stick to the script.
Also said to pick a lawmaker who knows stuff. This was Trump's response in a quote to Time magazine. My voters don't care and the public doesn't care. They know you're going to do a good job once you're there. With that, let's bring in our panel. Expanded panel today. Steve Hayes, senior writer for the Weekly Standard. Amy Walter, national editor for the Cook Political Report. Tucker Carlson, host of Fox and Friends Weekend. And syndicated columnist Charles Krauthammer. Okay, how is this shaping up, Amy? Has Trump kind of gone over the tough week, or is he back to getting his stride, or do you think he's kind of wobbly still?
Well, the best quote I saw about this was, it's, you know, in a construction site when it says X number of days since we've had an accident. I think we went 4 days now with sticking to script. I don't know that it's going to be maybe a whole week, but I think we're going to see this pattern continue where he is not a scripted candidate. That is the appeal of Donald Trump. That is his brand, is to be somebody who is not going to be a typical politician. So I think he will, for the short term, stay on script, but I think what you're going to see once the barrage of attacks come from Democrats, the super PACs, etc., seeing him stick to script then is going to be very interesting.
He was on script today. Hear about Hillary Clinton's emails.
Hillary Clinton has jeopardized, totally jeopardized, national security by putting her emails on a private server, all to hide her corrupt dealings. Bill and Hillary made $153 million giving speeches to special interest groups since 2001. These donors own Hillary Clinton. They own her.
Tucker, he's getting ready, we're told, to give a big speech with this focus specifically on Monday.
Anytime he's not talking about himself, it's a good day. I mean, the question is, does the campaign see his attacks on the judge as an existential threat to the presidential campaign? I mean, those words hang in the air, they can't be taken back, but they can be learned from. And do they see this as the moment where he might have blown it, and where are they going to make the necessary changes? It's possible that they do. I mean, look, the more he talks about Hillary, the better. At the very moment he was speaking, she was speaking to Planned Parenthood. Kind of hard to believe that in the wake of those videos, anybody would get in front of a Planned Parenthood sign and give a speech in public, and yet she did. So the more attention on that, the better chance he has. I think discipline befits his campaign.
Charles, you know, we saw the Fox News poll where he trails 3, but within the margin of error on registered voters. But you ask, likely, are you interested in this election, likely to vote? And he's up 4 over Hillary Clinton. This is after the judge's comments. So is it sticking? Well, it's only one poll, but it's, you wonder what the impact is.
Well, there's one, the real third rail of American politics is race and racism. And if you're accused of it by people in your own party, then it becomes something that you can't really shake off. Whether, I don't think it's going to have any effect on people who supported him up to now. He's sort of skirted around it for a long time. But when you get the majority leader, I mean, what it's done is it's opened him up to attacks from the inside in a way that hadn't existed before. And that, I think, could have a corrosive effect. In other words, after Indiana, people were flocking to him and saying all these nice things, and it was all going rather smoothly. That flocking and uniting and lining up for the train I think is now at least on hiatus, and it makes some of those who got on the train thinking twice. That, I think, is the lurking danger, because unless he can unite the rest of the party and can get at least a kind of neutrality out of other leading Republicans, it's going to be hard.
This meeting in Park City, Utah, said to not be a Never Trump organized event. They don't have anything, and essentially all parties are conceding there is no effort, there is no white knight, it's over, the party's going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's awfully late. I don't think there ever really was much of an organized Never Trump movement for all the coverage that I got. I think it was mostly a bunch of people saying, I don't want to vote for Donald Trump. Look, I think Charles is right in one respect, and I disagree with him in another. I think it may be the case that having these Republicans criticize Trump does have some lasting effect. On the other hand, if you're a Trump voter or if you're a Republican sitting at home, you've heard Democrats make these arguments about Republicans, about any number of Republicans, that they're sexist, they're racist, that they're misogynistic, over the years ad nauseum. And I think at a certain point people tune that stuff out. Now the difference with what Trump said this time, I think, is it was bigoted. It was a bigoted comment. He said it, made bigoted remarks first in February, then in the speech, then to the Wall Street Journal, and then
the semi-apology today. You're not
repeatedly in the CNN interview. I think he didn't recognize that what he said was bigoted.
Well, but can I say one thing? I mean, I don't think there's any defending what Trump said. On the other hand, it might have been worse. He might have come out for racial discrimination in hiring and in promotions and in contracting and in college admissions, and that would have put him on the same side as Hillary Clinton, who explicitly favors that. Entire federal agencies devoted to that. So it's not to defend Trump, but it's just merely to put it in some perspective. This is the currency of the left. This is identity politics. That's just true. I'm sorry.
All right, we've got not a lot of time, and we want to go. It's Friday. And you know what happens on Friday. We go to a place called Candidate Casino, but we've changed it to Vice President Candidate Casino. And today, Elizabeth Warren huddled with Hillary Clinton. So let's start on the Democratic side. Amy, $100 in chips, Democrats.
I wanted to start off by saying I've never picked a VP right. Okay? Never. All my years. So just
place your bets.
Take it. I'm placing my bets. I'm terrible about this. I don't think it's going to be Elizabeth Warren, so I just put $5 on that. I think she's much better as an attack dog for Hillary Clinton than being on the ticket with her. I'm putting up at the top Tim Kaine, who is sort of a safer choice that I think would be the kind of person Hillary Clinton needs. Her whole message is about stability and, you know, reaching out beyond that base. Tom Perez, who is the Labor Secretary, Sherrod Brown, the senator from Ohio, rounding
Steve,
out.
Democratic side first.
So I'm just hedging here. That's basically what I'm doing. I put 15 on Julian Castro, 15 on Tim Kaine as a safe pick for somebody who's. Oh, wait till we get to Republicans. It's even worse.
Right.
It's even worse.
David Petraeus, that's an interesting call.
That was the last sort of crazy thought. I think she wants to run a safe campaign. I think she wants to provide a contrast with Donald Trump by being safe. I think most of these that I've listed are safe picks.
Tucker.
I don't think she's wholly in charge of this decision. I think she wants to play it safe. I don't think she should be allowed to. I think Elizabeth Warren is the favorite. I put 60 on her, and then Castro 40.
Charles.
She puts Petraeus on, that means that we can abolish the classification system entirely if that's on the ticket. Sorry, I couldn't help that. So I've narrowed it down. Really, she has two choices. You're going to go center or go left. You go center, you go Kaine. You go left, you do either Sherrod Brown or Elizabeth Warren.
Republican, Steve.
Again, hedging my bets. The only person I've got more than $10 on is Bob Corker. Then I've got $10 on Newt, on Sessions, on Tim Scott, John Thune, Tom Cotton, and Dennis Rodman. Sort of an out-of-the-box pick. But look, Trump, he's famous. He's a reality TV star. He's an experienced diplomat.
This is why you lose in Vegas. This is actually why you lose.
The $5. I think it's worth it.
I was right
throw
on
it
Paul
away.
Ryan.
Yeah, you were. All right, Amy.
Oh, good. I am not. I'm not much different from yours. I split it up too, with Bob Corker getting most of my votes, but I also put Oklahoma Governor Mary Fallin in there. I think a woman would be a good pick for him, and then of course leaving the rest of it in the player to be determined later. I think it's going to be somebody who is not on this list.
Tucker.
I believe it will be Chris Christie, and so I put $80 on Chris Christie.
$80.
$80, and then I think
it's decisive.
Yeah, I think it's true. I would actually bet $80 on it. I think Herman Cain and Ben Carson are a distant second.
Charles.
That's why we do this on a Friday, because that's when the paycheck comes.
Yeah.
So you're going to lose it in the casino. I've got Gingrich still up there, despite his criticizing Trump. Christie, yes, up there, and then Scott Brown, John Thune, Jeff Sessions.
Okay. Steve, you want $5 on Omarosa? I mean,
No,
just
but
throw it on
I'll
there?
take your $80 bet on
Done.
Chris Christie.
Done.
$80.
$80.
I've got the field, you've got Christie.
We do
Wow.
this pretend.
good.
This is
Right,
pretend.
this is going to
Oh,
get
yeah.
SEC
No, I was just kidding.
problems.
This is
I was just kidding.
yeah,
SEC
with
problems.
fake chips.
Okay.
Okay.